Dean Thomas, Tyron Woodley, the Morning Wood Show with D's Nuts. And Tyron, we back, man. We back doing our thing,
We
homie.
back. And speaking of these nuts out here freezing in St. Louis. I know you the Floridian, all nice and tropical down there, but we got -1, -5, and it's actually warm today because we got 33 degrees.
Dude, let me tell you, listen, that's how cold it was in Florida. I mean, I ain't really get to experience much of it because I went to LA with you, but last week when the whole East Coast was under, was frozen, Florida was like in the 30s, man. It was like 35 degrees down here, man. And I was
Damn,
that was something for all of us, man. We was out
that's
here
something for the
tripping.
world.
So speaking of the world, man, so let's get into some fight stuff. Cyborg, she beats Holly Holm for the to defend her belt. What first off, like what'd you think of that fight?
I thought Holly Holmes, I didn't know what the judge was going to think. She was making a lot of bark, and
Mhm.
sometimes they score that. I didn't know if one judge might have said she won the fight. I thought
Yeah,
she did well. I thought she moves a lot when she punches. She already doesn't punch like a power puncher. She's more in out timing, point fighting. But when you're moving as you're punching against Cyborg, though she was landing, she wasn't making the punches that were going to actually be ones that do any significant damage.
yeah,
I know where you're leading to with this. I do think Cyborg showed us that she can go 5 rounds. She showed us she can be patient. It's like fighting a wheelbarrow. Holly Holm
yeah,
just keep moving around, and she
yeah,
did a good
yeah,
job
yeah,
cutting her off, landing some good punches, and sticking to the game plan and waiting on the opportunity. Amanda Nunes is going to put that heat on it though.
yeah.
If at any time you saw some vulnerabilities and saw some chinks in the armor where another fighter with better footwork, with more power, that's heavier, could maybe have some success, Amanda Nunes. So I want to see the Lioness and freaking and Cyborg go at. I don't even know who's this other girl they're talking about, Leslie Smith, or I don't even know.
No, no, it's
Yeah.
Megan Anderson, and then there's some other girl.
Yeah, we good. We
Yeah,
good on that. We good on
it's
that.
weird, because for the longest time everybody's been saying, that Amanda didn't want to fight Cyborg, and like I don't really know how that rumor got started, but it was something that was kind of like some unwritten thing, but just everybody thought that. But I was hanging out with Amanda 2 weeks ago, and I was at her crib, and she's like, "Hey, I want to fight Cyborg." She was like, "I hope she wins," and it wasn't on no beef, but she was just like, in fact, she was like, "I want to fight whoever wins the fight. I want to fight." I was like, "You want to fight Cyborg?" She's like, "Yeah, I want to fight Cyborg." I don't see what the threat is, and that's what she was telling me. And for me, that's like the first sign, and that's what I always look for, is like a person who actually wants a certain fight. And for her to want that fight was like, I was like, hell yeah, let's get this fight, because she is not like, she doesn't see like the threat that everybody thought that was there for her. She doesn't see it, and I love that about Amanda when it comes to this fight. And I think that she presents way more problems than people think that she's gonna give, that she can give Cyborg.
She definitely does, and I think Holly showed that you can have success with her. You can. I mean, she was coming at her. She was amped up. She was coming forward, and she definitely put herself in a position to be successful. So I think you just take that blueprint and you go out there and you expound upon it. I think Amanda's that girl to do that.
Yeah, and not only that too, but who was the other girl that she fought? Cyborg fought Tanya Evinger. Was it Tanya Evinger?
Yeah, she just smashed her
Yeah,
though.
she smashed her, but Tanya hung in there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
she hung in there. She hung in there
Ain't
a
that
lot
crazy that
longer.
Cyborg's that much of a savage that you get hood credit for hanging in there?
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's
Like I gave
that's
her
all the
credit.
way toe down.
Yeah, and she took a lot of punishment too, man. But she hung in there, and I was just like, damn. But even at that moment, I was like, you know what? Amanda would have did a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Amanda would have did a lot better. And now I'm thinking, you know what? Man, I think Amanda gonna kick her ass. I'm
Hey,
looking forward to that. I mean, not to take nothing away from Cyborg, and I don't want to make it like start no rumors, but saying that Amanda wanted to fight Cyborg. I mean, it wasn't on no beef shit, but it was just on the level of, listen, she the champ, I'm the champ. Let's double down on this. Cyborg don't have nobody else to fight really that anybody's gonna really care
the
about.
funny thing is, people think it's a bad thing to want to fight somebody because they good. or they the
Yeah,
champion, or like no, I wanted to fight Nate, George, Jake Shields, Carlos Condon, Robbie Lawler. I like all those guys as the fighters. That don't
yeah,
mean that I didn't want what they were at.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's
Like
just
you're right about
crazy that people think you gotta hate somebody or not like them, or if you ask them to fight somebody in a respectful way, that is beef behind it. I said on air when I was working Fox. I actually was an analyst on Fox when that fight took place, and they were like, "Oh, who do you think now?" I said, "No, I think Amanda." And I didn't even hear this conversation, Dean. I had no clue Amanda had interest in fighting her, and I was just looking at the matchup. I'm like, the things that Holly did well against Cyborg, Amanda would do better. She punches a lot harder. When she comes forward, she's gonna sit down in that 1-2 or 1-1-2 or whatever combination she throws for, and she punches very long like a pure striker would. She could give Cyborg problem because Cyborg punches are hooks. The best way to beat a hooker is straight pipe down the middle.
shoot, bam. Yeah, plus Amanda's she's just a threat everywhere too. I mean, you got to worry about so much with Amanda as far as like her grappling is world class. You know what I'm saying? She can wrestle. She's a triple threat, and that's the one. Like when you deal with Holly, like you don't have to worry about those things. Like Cyborg probably never had to worry about getting taken down or anything like that. So like like on paper, I mean, it looked great on paper, but I always thought that Holly didn't have enough in her arsenal to beat somebody like Cyborg, and it showed. I mean, she fought a great fight, but she just didn't have enough in her arsenal.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree, and I think she did the best. She actually did more. She actually did more than anybody would have ever expected her to do. But she did the same thing against Ronda. Nobody expected her to go out there and smoke Ronda. So shout out to Holly. She's been in so many close fights. You know what I mean? I feel so bad for her.
I
She was
know you
winning the
can't.
fight against Nisha.
I
She was in a
know.
close fight against Jermaine. She was in a closer fight than we would have expected against Cyborg. So yeah, she's a G.
Yeah, you gotta kind of feel for her that she's right there, but just can't really get past it. And I mean, she's kind. I mean, and not to throw shade on Kenny, but she's kind of like Kenny Florian. You know what I'm saying? Like right there, but just can't really get a hold of it. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I
Get a
ain't
hold of
saying that
it.
with you.
Well,
You
you
gotta
ain't saying
take
that
that
one.
one. Yeah,
I'm,
you gotta take that one by yourself, G.
hey, Kenny gonna be
No.
like, Kenny gonna be like, I choked your ass out, Kenny. Kenny, you better
Mm.
stop. So listen,
You ain't get me.
are you going to
Hey,
the fights?
you ain't finna get me on that UFC tonight that I'm gonna be working 2 days from today. Him looking at me sideways. Nope.
I know, but so are you going to the fights this weekend?
Yeah, I'm not calling the fights, but I'll be at the fights. They're here in St. Louis, Missouri. Hey, I told you guys, St. Louis, we was getting the UFC, and the people like, oh, you're not fighting on it. Oh my God, so your shoulders hurt, man. We wish you was fighting on it. You know what? I'm really glad I'm not because all my random long lost cousins from Auntie Myrtle McNavel would have came through, and they would have been trying to get tickets and I just don't want that pressure. I just want to go out there and fight. I like fighting in Vegas. I like fighting in different cities that I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, would it be cool to freaking be in my own house, laying down, in my own sauna, cutting weight and making it a breeze? Yeah, that'd be awesome. But just the pressure going out there and, you know, smashing somebody's head in your own city with all these different requests, I'm good on it. So, but I will be at the fight to answer your question, Dino, and it should be a good set of fights
Yeah,
out there.